the fact that Megatron is a jet. What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex, and you're watching The Road to TF5. This is just web series we're talking about Transformers last night. This is episode number 117, and in this episode, the very first thing that I want to do is follow up on some of the things that I talked about in episode number 115. Do you remember what we talked about? We talked about how Jemma Chan is believed to be the voice actress for the maker, the creator, Quintessa, whatever you want to call her. Essentially, we thought we heard her voice in the Super Bowl TV spot. Now, there, of course, was that website that I talked about, SueTerryVoices.com, where it says that Jemma Chan will be doing some voice work in Transformers last night. Now, the thing I want to follow up on is that I mentioned that a Transformers fan site, specifically a Peruvian Transformers fan site, was the one that was doing the reporting of Jemma Chan voicing the Maker, or rather Quintessa. Quintessa is what is listed in IMDb. I would like to correct that mistake. It's not a Peruvian Transformers website. It's actually a Turkish Transformers Last Night fan site. Okay, I just wanted to correct my error there. Another thing that I want to mention is that it is still not an official confirmation. The reason why is that typically when these types of announcements are made about a talent or an actor or even a director or any kind of filmmaker or writer working on a film, it's usually announced officially, either from an official source like Paramount Studios themselves, or the talent does the announcement themselves via Twitter or social media, or a representative of that talent will do the announcement for them. We haven't seen any type of official announcement either from Jemma Chan herself or Paramount Pictures rather. So we haven't heard or read anything, therefore it's still an unofficial confirmation. But all these little pieces of evidence point towards her being the voice for Quintessa. I don't actually think she's going to be called Quintessa. I just think she's going to be called the maker or creator or whatever name they give her, but we'll find out later on. Anyways, I just wanted to follow up on that. Another thing that I want to follow up on is that now the suggestion of the maker being female is something that was a concept that was borrowed from Transformers Age of Extinction. It is an unused concept, and of course I showed the concept art, and that is of the Widowmaker. And I put one and one together, and the Widowmaker is the maker. And if you look at that concept art, you'll see that she's like gray and black and red. And then, of course, during the filming of Transformers last night, there was, of course, the black and red McLaren. And that was racing around in London. And apparently one of the people working on the film referred to her, or that McLaren, as the lady. Okay, so I'm just trying to put everything together, and perhaps the maker, or Quintessa, has her own Earth alt form, in the form of the McLaren. That's highly possible. It's something that is totally plausible, and if she takes on an Earth alt form, that's really, really cool. Because when we think of something like the Maker, we automatically think of something that's huge, like Unicron, or something like that. We think of like something huge that can build Transformers, create Transformers. But nobody said that it had to be like that. The Quintessons were the ones in G1 that created the Transformers, and therefore, the maker herself can be like a small being. You know what I'm saying? She can take the form of the size of a like a McLaren. You know what I'm saying? So that's highly possible. Or maybe she totally does some mass shifting, as we've seen before. So I mean, if the Allspark can become like a giant cube to a small cube, then the maker, who is a supreme being, can most likely do the same. Anyways, that's just what I want to follow up on. What I really want to talk about in this episode is actually the toys. This weekend is New York Toy Fair, and that is really exciting because that is when they officially reveal the first couple of waves of the toy line for Transformers Last Night. Really exciting stuff. Now, today is Friday, and by the time you watch this is probably Saturday, but anyways, New York Toy Fair officially starts Saturday. And I haven't really seen anything yet, but TFW2005.com has got you covered. And what they've posted is, I'm just going to go through this, all right? So I'll just talk about this as we go along. We have the an official image of the radio-controlled Squeaks. So here he is, and he's got an RC mode, blaster mode where he takes out his big guns. I'm not sure if he actually takes out big guns in the movie, but we'll find out. I wouldn't be surprised because it seems like Squeaks could be one of those characters which actually saves the day. And then there's the dance mode. So that is really exciting. I mean, even for a radio-controlled toy that comes with only 2 buttons, it seems like it could have a smart mode. I don't know. I really don't know. But I don't know. It suggests that. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys is that they're really keen on promoting the Transformers cinematic universe. Now they have actual dates. And of course, we already know that Transformers Last Night is coming out on June 23rd of this year, but now they've actually already locked in the date for the Bumblebee solo film, which I don't know what they're calling right now, but you can clearly see that they are going to do that Bumblebee film next year, and that's released on June 8th, 2018. And then following that is Transformers 6, June 28th, 2019. And that's all they have so far, but the writers did claim that they have enough content for Transformers films for the next 10 years every year. So that's going to be pretty exciting. The Transformers Cinematic Universe is officially called the Transformers Cinematic Universe. So they're really using that name, and they are really they're really promoting it now. So that's pretty exciting. Now, the next thing I want to show you guys is this photo right here. That's the Transformers Last Night All-Spark Tech line. And what it is one of those gimmicky lines, like the one-step changers, and then there's some other toy lines. But these are the gimmicky toy lines for kids, and they're really simple to play with, and they have this gimmick. And apparently it's the All-Spark Tech, and what happens is that the All-Spark Cube knows which mode you are in, and it instantly recognizes any figure as what it says here. That's what it says, okay? It's got motion-activated lights and sound effects. So pretty cool. Something that I'm not going to be involved with myself because I'm not really interested in that, but it is something that they have available. Next thing I got to show you is this large picture. It is kind of like a teaser photo. It's not really in high definition. I mean, it's not very sharp, but let's just go from left to right. Okay, so there's this Bumblebee simple kind of toy. It doesn't look transformable, or maybe it is. Maybe it's one of those things which you just put together and suddenly it's a vehicle mode. The next thing is, I don't know what that is, but it kind of looks like an old version of Megatron. I can't tell what it is. If you look over in that blurry little thing, that on this gray thing, it kind of looks like the old Megatron. Okay, but I'm just not too sure. Now, of course, there's the Bumblebee voice changing helmet. I'm not sure what all these little things are, but they look very tiny. Okay, now check this out. Moving on to the right, at the bottom, you see a Dinobot, but above it and above that, there is the box and the toy itself for, it looks like possibly a leader class or some kind of gimmicky version of the Three-Headed Dragon. Take a look at that. I mean, I'm just looking at the box art right there. It looks like the Three-Headed Dragon on the box art, I think. Those looks like wings. I can't really tell. But the robot mode of it is right here. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like it's welding a sword. It looks like it's holding a sword, and it's got like red and gray, and it looks like it could be the alt mode for the Three-Headed Dragon, just because on the colors alone, red and dark gray, and it's holding a sword, which suggests that it's a medieval kind of character. So I'm not sure, but we're gonna get a closer look once Toy Fair is officially happening tomorrow. Moving on to the right, of course, we see these little not one step, but like these quick changing versions of Optimus Prime. Above it and to the right of it is the radio controlled squeaks, which I didn't actually expect to be that big. But I thought it was going to be like this size, but it actually is much bigger. Then to the right, we have a red character, looks like Drift. It looks like a premiere edition of Drift. And it looks like a deluxe mode. It's in the premiere edition box. And to the right of that is a loose Bumblebee in his robot and alt mode. And to the right of it is a Voyager class Hound. At least that's what it looks like. Once again, it's a blurry photo, and it looks like there's crosshairs, like a one of those tiny classes of crosshairs, and something else at the bottom. Could be Megatron. Now, here's the crazy part: we do see Optimus Prime on the very, very right, but above it, it looks like our very, very first look at Megatron. We've only seen Megatron in the official release photo, and then we saw Megatron in the first trailer. Now here's Megatron in a blurry teased photo of his leader class toy. So we are obviously going to get the clean look at it, the clean first look at it during Toy Fair, but this is just a teaser, okay? So there you have it. Now the next photo I want to show you guys is the Three-Headed Dragon. Check this out. This is what the title says, Dragon Beast. And it's a three-headed dragon, and this is the beast mode of it. It looks like that it will have a robot mode according to the previous photo that I showed you, but this is what it looks like. I just can't tell which line this is. I can't tell if this is the beast mode of the robot mode that I just showed you in the previous photo, or is this something entirely different? Like, is this something like one of those other gimmicky lines? But anyways, this is our first look at Three-Headed Dragon as a toy, and this just doesn't look that great to me. It's gonna be hard to make a toy like that look great, to be completely honest. I mean, they've done things like that in the past, but like to have a live action Michael Bay style Transformers like robot into a three-headed dragon, that's gonna be a challenge. But anyways, this is one of them. I assume that it can't be just one toy. There's got to be more. Anyways, that's one of them. And moving on, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is leaked toy images. Now, we know that Toy Fair is where they officially release the official like toy reveals. Okay, but everything before that is leaked images. And we got a couple of leaked images, and I want to say thank you to some of the people who shared these with me. William Rumsey, Seabird Cabrera 98, Will Campbell 80, Chris Zappia, Jordan Nejder, Ramanos Correas, and Joey P. Rodriguez. Thank you so much for tweeting at me and sharing with me these photos. We're going to talk about them now. We're going to first start off with leaked images of Bumblebee and Hound from the Transformers Last Night series. And that looks like that's Bumblebee with the Skyhammer. I'm just kidding, it's not Skyhammer. That's Bumblebee with what a lot of fans are calling the Forge of Solace Prime, something that I haven't talked very much about. I'll talk about that in another video, but I just can't tell what class this is. The simplicity of the way Hound looks like that it could be a deluxe class, but I don't know about Bumblebee because we already have a deluxe class Bumblebee. So is this like another version? I just can't tell, but it looks decent. I'll be completely honest. I think that Hound looks pretty decent. Based on this blurry photo, they always come out blurry for some reason in these leaked photos. The next thing I want to talk to you about is I believe this is the Voyager class Optimus Prime, and there's a photo of it from Weibo.com, the Chinese social media site. There is the back of it, okay? And the next thing I want to show to you guys is this is the okay, we've already seen Barricade, but this is just like the prototype, I guess, resin image of it. It's totally mistransformed. The arms are just like totally off. But what I really, really want to talk to you about is the fact that Megatron is a jet. Now, we already knew that if you believed the plot leak, which I believed 100%, So I knew that Megatron was going to be a jet in that sense, but I've always been talking about how I thought that Megatron was also going to be a dragon. Just because, well, what is a flying beast in medieval times? Well, I mean, or what is a jet in modern times is aircraft. You know what I'm saying? But what is aircraft in medieval times? Well, what forms can it take? Well, a flying dragon, right? So that's where I went with that. But it looks like if Megatron's only going to have 2 modes, as in a robot mode and an alt mode, then Megatron is really a jet. Now, here's evidence of that. Check that out. This is the prototype of the jet form of Megatron, and here is his robot mode. And what's really, really cool about this is that even though it's uncolored, you can kind of still see what it looks like, and you can see a lot of detail on the face. The only thing I'm concerned about is how the paint job is going to be. So it looks decent so far. I think it's going to be a leader class. I mean, it would make sense to make Megatron a leader class, and I hope they do. But so far, based on this prototype, it looks pretty decent. I can't really tell you how I really feel until I've at least looked at the actual official photos. So this is just a little bit of a teaser, but Megatron is a jet, and I hope that we get to see that in the movie, in the film. I hope that he's not just a robot mode. I hope that he's actually a jet. That would be really, really sweet. Now, you can tell that this is actually Megatron as a jet, because if you look at the wings, you can see his feet there. His beast-looking feet, or his medieval-looking feet, whatever you want to call it. This is definitely a Cybertronian jet. Doesn't look like anything I've seen before. Another thing is that you can see his axe on top of the jet. You can see that his weapon there is placed on the center of the top of the jet. So he's really going to be a jet, but we just don't know if we're going to see the jet in the film, in the actual film. I hope we get to see that, because I hate it when, you know, they have the Transformers characters and we don't actually not only just see them transform, but see their alt modes. It was kind of like a cop-out with Transformers Dark of the Moon, where like his Megatron's alt mode was totally useless. It was just there to drive around, but it was useless. Like, why make him like that if we're not going to see it used as like in a functional way? And we saw a little bit of his alt mode in Revenge Fallen. He was a tank. He was like a spaceship. But there just wasn't a whole lot of that. So I hope that we get to see like a functional version of his alt mode and not just a little bit of it. So this is our only confirmation that Megatron is a jet. What we knew before was just the plot leak, and some people believed it, some people didn't. But anyways, here it is. And there you have it. Now, we still don't know, or at least I don't know, if he still could potentially be a 3-headed dragon. Maybe that's Megatron in another mode, but it would be cool if that's a completely different character. Maybe if they gave it, maybe in the Transformers live-action mythology, that 3-headed dragon is the live-action version or Michael Bay's version of Predaking, or Bruticus, or whatever you want to call him. Just something totally different, and I hope they give that character some backstory. That's all I really ask for. Anyways, so I've showed you some hints, teasers for official stuff. I've also showed you some leaked images of toys, and I'm gonna leave you a link on the description box below for an Optimus Prime Voyager class review. Isn't that crazy? There is a video of a kid reviewing the Voyager class Optimus Prime. I've watched the video. First of all, it's a pretty good review. Second of all, I'm wondering how the heck did he even get his hands on it? That's kind of fishy, don't you think? Like, think about it. How on earth could this kid possibly get this? Okay, it's not even like a review from China or Hong Kong. This is like a review from America or Canada or somewhere in North America, and this kid actually has the toy. Hasbro probably sent that to him. Maybe this is the son of somebody who works for Hasbro or Paramount Pictures, okay? So that's what I'm guessing. Could be highly possible. The third thing that I'm thinking about after watching this video is that this is a pretty good Voyager class Optimus Prime. I'll admit it. This is actually not as bad as I thought. It's not overly simplified, but it's not overly complicated. It's something they found like a middle ground for it. And I think it's pretty decent. You should check out that video. It's on the description box below. And there you have it. I want to say happy birthday to Gamer Forever, Ron Days, Awesomeness 10, Ismail Pijimenez, Mark and Alice Young, Tristan Vella, and Michael Bay. It's his birthday today, February 17th. It's also my brother's birthday in Tokyo. Happy birthday, Sam. And there you have it. Last thing I want to do is give a big shout out to Prime Animations. And Prime Animations is Prime Animations, and what they've done is they've actually Prime Animations is Carlos Barantes, and he's the founder of Prime Animations, and he has brought together a number of talented artists, and what they're going to do is put together a Transformers fan-made animated film, and they need your help at their GoFundMe page. And they want to raise some money, and all you got to do is donate. And by donating, you are serving a great cause, because I've seen their work, or I've seen Carlos's work, and, or his team's work, Prime Animations work, and they have put together some pretty impressive stuff. And so therefore, check out the link, okay? It's a GoFundMe page, and if you want to see some magic happen, donate to their cause, because it would be really great to see a fan-made animated Transformers film. That would be really cool. And even if you can't donate, share it. Share it on social media, Facebook, Twitter, anything you can to help them out. That would be awesome. So anyways, what do you guys think about what we've seen before? I mean, what we've seen in this video? I mean, we talked about specifically the Megatron as a jet. And what do you think of that jet mode? And what do you think of that three-headed dragon toy you've seen so far? It's really hard to tell. These are early photos, they're leaked photos, and they're just teaser images. But what we're gonna see later on is something more official, so you can stay tuned for that. But anyways, let me know your thoughts about anything that I've talked about in the comment section below, and stay tuned for the next episode. There's a lot of stuff coming up, because Toy Fair is tomorrow, and I'm going to be on it. Anyways, that's all I got to say in this episode. As always, if you enjoyed this video, you want to see more, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name is Alex Yu. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. Metallic like turquoise, metallic baby blue. So that's it right there, and it